Since the Awakening movie is coming out this year, I really just wanted to sit down and talk all things the Awakening movie. Grab your snacks, grab your drink, and let's talk everything the Awakening movie. So starting off quite basic, what is the Awakening movie? For anyone that doesn't know, the Awakening movie is a $100 million movie. Yes, I mean $100 million. Anyway, it's a musical written and produced by Jeremy Zag that tells the origins of Ladybug and Cat Noir. So basically kind of like the Origins episodes, except it's a little bit different. It's also going to be an hour and 30 minutes long, so a lot longer than like just a special. Fun fact, we actually originated the Awakening movie, so basically, from my understanding, the mouth movement of the characters will match the English dub rather than any other language, so that is going to be really cool. Some other basic information about the Awakening movie is that it is different from the show, from storyline to characters, so not everything that's going to happen in the Awakening movie has or will happen in the show. It's kind of like its own thing, especially with the characters, and more specifically Adrian. Adrian is going to be a lot different from the one in the show. From my understanding, he's actually going to be a little bit more like the original Felix. A lot of people describe Adrian to be like cold. I would personally probably describe him as like shy or more to himself, at least from a little clip which I will get into later that Jeremy shared. He just seems kind of shy. Anyway, obviously the Awakening movie is going to be based around like the origins of Ladybug and Cat Noir, but as for like their secret identities and just what's going on besides all the superhero and supervillain stuff, it's actually going to be based around a ball. I'm guessing it's some type of ball their school is throwing. I really don't know too much about it, but I do know that there is a ball and that's about it. Like I said, it is going to be a musical, so it is going to be a lot like the Christmas special, but there's like singing and dancing. So this next one is probably more so like a theory than anything that's been confirmed, but it is possible that by the end of the Awakening movie there will be a reveal. When it comes to defeating Hawkmoth, I'm not entirely sure. I don't know. Just like a reveal and them defeating Hawkmoth within an hour and 30 minutes kind of seems really fast. So the ending of the Awakening movie actually relates to the ending of season 5. So I think they kind of took the idea of what happened in the ending of season 5 and kind of put it into the Awakening movie ending. I'm not entirely sure this is confirmed. Like, things can obviously change, but I'm pretty sure it is coming out in theaters. So here's the thing. When episodes of Miraculous get released, it's almost like a worldwide premiere. So basically, people who don't live exactly where it airs can still watch it. So like, if they release the French dub of an episode, we can obviously watch it even though we live in other parts of the world because it's like a worldwide thing. But the Awakening movie, since it's coming out in theaters, we won't actually be able to watch it. I think that's just kind of a common misconception with the Awakening movie. But like I said, don't quote me on that because obviously I'm not entirely sure. So the first time I recorded this, I think I just went too much into detail into everything. So it got really complicated. Like what I was saying literally confused me and I'm the one that said it. So I decided to come back to re-explain it. With the release dates, first thing I'm going to say, which is really important, the Awakening movie is not coming out January of 2023. The July release date that got moved was actually just strictly for the German dub. It was not for any other language. So for anyone that still thinks the Awakening movie is coming out January 2023, it's not, don't worry. The only other confirmed release date we have is for France, and that is for August. I want to say it's August 3rd, sometime in August. So I would expect the Awakening movie to come out sometime around then, especially with the English dub. Also, there was an Awakening movie book that got released on the Target website for pre-order, and in the description of that book, it said something about the Awakening movie coming out fall of 2022. So if it doesn't end up coming out in August, it definitely will come out sometime in the fall. I wish I could give you more information on the release date, but I genuinely can't. But I would expect to get a release date, at least for the English dub, pretty soon. Hopefully. Next up, all of the spoilers. So the first spoiler we have is of Ladybug and Cat Noir in the moonlight, very romantic. The second spoiler we have is of Marinette's dress. It's very pretty and it definitely screams Marinette, like with the whole design and stuff. And like I said, the movie is about some type of ball, so I'm guessing that this is probably her dress to that ball, unless they decide to change it, and in that case I would be mad because it's really pretty. The third spoiler we have is probably the most commonly used one or seen one, and it's of Ladybug and Cat Noir giving Ladybug a rose and Ladybug rejecting it, like she usually does. Once again, they are in the moonlight and I love that so much. I'm not excited for the scene because Ladybug's rejecting a rose, but I'm really excited for the scene because like I've just seen the screenshot so much. I think it's going to be weird actually seeing the scene. The fourth one is just another art concept. I've actually never seen this before, so I just think it's not a very talked about one. Either way, I do really love this art concept and it's really pretty. Okay, but honestly, call me crazy, but is she holding a rose? I genuinely cannot tell because when I first looked at it, I was like, that literally looks like a rose. But now that I'm looking at it more, I can't tell. I don't even think she's holding anything. But if she's not holding anything and it's not a rose, then like, what is that? The fifth spoiler is yet another art concept. I'm guessing this is part of some type of like musical scene, potentially when Marinette first gets her power and like maybe there's this like whole song thing. It could even be the Kwame singing some type of song to Adrien and Marinette. I don't know. The sixth spoiler is of Ladybug's yo-yo, and can I just say that animation, it's really pretty. I just love all the detailing on it. The seventh spoiler has to be my favorite, and it's of Ladybug and Cat Noir once again, but this time they're on some type of stage. Cat Noir's playing the piano and Ladybug is singing, or they're just both singing, I don't know. Either way, Cat Noir's playing the piano. Actually, wait, I'm like looking at it more. Maybe Cat Noir singing to Ladybug? Or maybe it's some type of duet. The eighth spoiler, I cannot say that. Eighth. Anyway, that spoiler is of Ladybug going to grab her yo-yo, and I know I just said this, but the animation, like the yo-yo and her suit, I'm gonna be talking about the animation of the Awakening movie for like months after watching it. For the ninth spoiler, we have Miss Marinette looking as beautiful as ever, and she's staring at something. I honestly don't know what it is, but like there's this green glow in the background. Okay, but can we just talk about like how chubby her cheeks are? They're so cute. They have really baby-like features, and I'm honestly here for it. 10th, we have the one, the only villain duo. We have Gabriel over there looking as mad as always, and then we have Natalie over there looking as professional as always. Okay, but can someone please tell me why Natalie looks like she's in her early 20s and Gabriel looks like he's in his 40s? Like, aren't they around the same age? I don't know. I just love how they make everyone in the movie look more like baby-like, and then there's just Gabriel over there like... The 11th spoiler is actually technically 2 spoilers, but I'm just going to add them into one because they are from the same scene. But it's of Marinette late at night in her room sleeping at her desk. I actually think this scene is from probably pretty early on in the Awakening movie, like before Marinette's ever gotten Tiki or even has her Miraculous or anything. 12th, I actually believe, is still from the same scene, so I don't know, I just didn't add it with the 11th. But it's Tom going to check on Marinette, probably seeing if she's still awake. The 13th spoiler is of Miss Milady, most likely from when she just got her Miraculous and first transformed, just because of like the way her arms are and the way she's looking, but mainly because a while after he posted that picture, Jeremy ended up posting a little scene from the Awakening movie. If you guys could tell, this picture spoiler is from the same scene that this spoiler was taken from. The scene doesn't have any audio, but from her lip movement, we think she's saying what's going on, so it makes sense that she just got her Miraculous and like just transformed or something. For the 14th spoiler, once again, I'm going to add all of these together because they are from the same scene. Number 1 is of Marinette peeking through some books, most likely to look at a certain someone. Number 2 is of Marinette again, but this time she's kind of looking at someone or something in awe. And then number 3 is of Adrien holding out his hand and having this concerned expression on his face. So here's how I think that they're connected. So I think that Marinette was obviously peeking through those books to look at Adrien, but ends up falling somehow. And Adrien sees her and then goes to help her up, and that's why he has his arm out and he looks a little concerned because she just fell. And that's also why Marinette was looking at someone or something in awe. And how I know this is kind of confirmed is because there was like a promotional thing that accidentally got leaked. So I'm not going to talk about what was in it because obviously it was leaked and it's not meant to be out, but I'm just telling you it's kind of confirmed. The only thing that's not confirmed is the fact that Marinette was peeking through some books and ended up falling and then Adrien helps her up. I know at some point she does end up falling and Adrien helps her up. That's what those 2 scenes are from. But for the peeking through the books thing, that's just a theory. So it's possible that this spoiler is from something completely different. 15th, we have Cat Noir singing and dancing on top of some clouds. It's actually shaped like a heart and it's so cute. I'm going to get into this a little bit later, but I do think that he is singing some type of love song about Ladybug, potentially when he first met her. I'm so excited. I'm not actually counting this one as a spoiler, but I think it's funny, so I'm gonna add it in. Here's the Cat Noir that Jeremy literally got bullied for. So if you guys don't know about this whole drama, basically Jeremy posted this photo along with another one, I think. Anyway, he ended up getting bullied for having Cat Noir have Adrien eyes and not Cat Noir eyes. Anyway, he ended up posting a picture of Cat Noir later where he has the cat eyes. 16 is of Ladybug holding her earrings, the Miraculous, most likely for the first time, so this is like when she first got them and is just looking at them, which is actually kind of confirmed because on the Instagram post where Jeremy posted this, the caption said the day her life changed forever. 17th, we have just another short clip, and it is of Miss Tiki, and she's really just like so adorable in this clip. Now we kind of just wait for our spoiler of Plag. I just cannot wait for that spoiler because I really want to know what he's like and what he looks like, because obviously we've gotten spoilers of Tiki, but we haven't gotten one of Plag. 18th is of Adrian and Nino, and I know I've already said this, but they're so cute. And this is actually the only spoiler that we have of Nino. 19th is obviously the first spoiler that we have of 𝚑𝚐𝚐, and just want to say something, her hair is actually not the final hair that they're going with, and also the animation in this picture isn't done. My favorite part of this though is obviously, like I said, it's not finished, but the guy on the left, he's like holding up this, but like there's nothing in it. I'm pretty sure he's meant to be holding a flashlight. 20th is of Adrian looking out his window. I'm guessing it's his bedroom window. I'm 100% sure he's pulling his that face. If you guys don't know what that face is, it's basically just the way Adrian looks at Marinette, or more specifically what facial expression Adrian makes when he loves someone or something. So my guess would be that ladybug like flew across his window and he's looking out at her, just because this face is a pretty common facial expression that he makes when he sees ladybug. The 21st spoiler is of Gabriel in some type of cave thingy, I don't know, with like this purple glowy thingy. So my guess is this is of when Gabriel has first gotten his Miraculous and he just barely put it on, because obviously when he first put a Miraculous on, the Kwami kind of comes out of the Miraculous as like this ball of glowing light, and then it actually becomes a Kwami. And because it's purple, I'm pretty sure it's Nuru. The only thing I'm confused about is the cave. Are we gonna see how Gabriel got Nuru in the Awakening movie? The 22nd spoiler is probably one of my favorites of Cat Noir. Like, I really don't know why it's my favorite. Like, he's not even doing anything. I don't know why. It's just cute, and like the lighting and everything. I swear I can just not win with this video, because all the footage that you guys have seen up to this point was literally like my 4th or 5th time trying to record this video. Anyway, I ended up adjusting my camera at some point, and I thought I was in focus, but I wasn't, so like the whole rest of the video is just out of focus. And there was a good like 15 minutes where I was talking about stuff and the footage is just all out of focus. So I'm back to re-record this. That's why like there's a different background and everything. Anyway, the 23rd spoiler is of the most iconic bestie duo, 𝚑𝚐𝚐 and Marinette. How do I say it like that? 𝚑𝚐𝚐 and Marinette. This probably doesn't even have any kind of importance to the scene, but I really want to know what that heart thing in the background is. The 24th spoiler is yet another set of spoilers because I think they're from the same scene. So first off, we have Ladybug singing. Second, we have Ladybug kind of looking intrigued. Third, we have Ladybug looking shocked. I'd even go as far to say that she looks flustered, and she's also holding her cheek. And here's kind of what I'm thinking. So if you guys remember that art concept I talked about a little bit ago, well, I think that these scenes are actually connected to that art concept, because if you look at each of these spoilers, I think the background kind of looks similar to that spoiler, plus the lighting also looks very similar to that art concept. And actually, just focusing on that third spoiler, it's actually a kind of funny story how I came up with this. So when I first saw the spoiler, I was like, oh, imagine Cat Noir kissed her cheek, and I was like, wait, what if he kissed her cheek? I mean, she's literally like holding her cheek, so for me it makes sense that he would have kissed her cheek, otherwise I don't know why she'd be holding it. So my turn of events would be, they go to that stage, they sing a song together, a duet, something like that. Cat Noir kisses Ladybug's cheek, and then he leaves, and then Ladybug's just there to be shocked, I guess. For the 25th spoiler, I have honestly no idea what's going on here, but it looks intense, so here you go. For the 26th spoiler, this is actually my favorite spoiler of Cat Noir because he's literally so adorable. But what I want to talk about is Jeremy's caption on this post. It says, "Will I ever see you again?" And I think Jeremy was actually quoting what Cat Noir says in that scene. And based off of the idea that maybe Jeremy's caption is what Cat Noir says in that scene, my guess is that this is probably after Ladybug and Cat Noir have first met and they probably defeated their first villain. Like, they first met and Cat Noir has first fallen in love with Ladybug, so he wants to know like if they're gonna see each other again. Okay, so with the 27th spoiler, I actually think that this goes along with the last spoiler I was just talking about. It's of Cat Noir on some type of a rooftop looking out at Paris and singing. So along with the last spoiler I was talking about, I think that this spoiler is actually connected to the one where Cat Noir was singing on top of the clouds. I think that obviously Ladybug and Cat Noir, they got done defeating their first villain. Cat Noir was like, "Will I ever see you again?" Blah, blah, blah. Anyway, once Ladybug leaves, Cat Noir decides to sing this whole love song about Ladybug. So like, it's his first initial love song about Ladybug. And I think that these two spoilers are from the first initial song that Cat Noir sings about Ladybug. Okay, guess who's back? So after editing this video, I realized that there's actually some spoilers that I didn't end up talking about. Why I didn't talk about them, I have no idea. So this first spoiler I'm going to talk about, I actually did talk about in that other footage, although I don't know where the footage of me talking about it is. Anyway, I don't even know what number spoiler we're on, but the most recent spoiler that Jeremy has released is a quick clip of Marinette looking down some type of alleyway. It looks like she's running away from someone. People also have theories about this being the first time that Marinette meets Master Fu. The next spoiler I forgot to talk about, I don't know how I missed because it is my absolute favorite, and it is of Lady Noir dancing. For anyone that does not know, there is a Lady Noir dance in the Awakening movie. This scene also relates to the song The Last Dance, if you guys have heard anything about it. The next one is of Chloe and Marinette. First of all, I really love Chloe's hair, but it's just of Chloe getting up in Marinette's face. The last spoiler we have is of Marinette asking Adrien to the ball. This spoiler is actually the spoiler that I was referencing at the beginning of the video. And yeah, just from this clip, he seems a lot more shy. I don't know, he just doesn't really come off as cold to me. He may be cold, but not in the sense where he's mean. Anyway, that is all the spoilers and the information that we have about the Awakening movie, at least I think. I'm pretty sure I didn't miss anything. I guess now all that's left to do is just wait for it to come out.